I am Jaybee Garganera. I am the coordinator of a mining campaign in the Philippines, and we call our organization Alyansa, Tigil, Mina. The way we understand we are confronting the issue of mining right now is that the huge demand of raw materials by the North countries because of their consumption patterns is driving the increasing demand and entry of extraction activities in the third world, like our country in the Philippines. And these extraction activities, especially mining in our country, we feel fuels climate change. And that's a very dangerous formula for us. Mining fuels climate change because of three root reasons that we see. First, mining comes into the forests and island ecosystems of our country. Second, mining overlaps in geohazard areas or in hazardous geophysical locations in our country. Third, there's a huge demand for water use in mining, and actually mining operations are going to be done on watershed locations in our country. So when you have these elements coming to the country, we're a little bit afraid of its impact to us. So for example, mining permanently disturbs forests and island ecosystems, and this disturbance creates an imbalance of our microecology, our microclimate, and we are not able to respond appropriately to these changes. You have high rainfall and drought. And when these island ecosystems and forests are disturbed, we are less adapted to disasters. We talk about typhoons, landslides, erosions, volcanic eruptions, and even earthquakes. And when the mining operations touch and destroy or contaminate our watersheds, or when they use too much water because of their operations, this implicates the supply of potable and water for our irrigation, for our food security and agriculture. And at the end of the day, we see the rural poor becoming more vulnerable because of the increased risks that are brought by mining operations. So having seen this problem, what do we want to do, and how do we see that we can move forward in challenging the mining policy? Well, there are a few things, but foremost of them is we need to reduce the expansion areas of already existing mining, and we have to prevent the entry of new mining applications and operations in our country. And we can do that by working closely with communities at the local and the provincial level, and even with state authorities. But I guess the second more important work that we would like to move forward is how do we change or introduce new policies? For example, we would like to introduce the policy of no-go zones. There are certain areas, because of their physical characteristics or cultural value, they simply cannot be allowed to be opened up to mining. And we have started work on this, and we are learning from other countries and international groups on how to do no-go zones. And we feel this is also something that we can contribute. But aside from a no-go zone policy, we are also actively pushing for a new law on mining in the Philippines. Now, aside from working with local communities and having it complemented by national work, we feel that a very important aspect of our work is creating regional linkages at that spot in ASEAN or in our place in the Southeast Asia, but also securing and generating global solidarity. We have to make our issues and concerns known to our friends in North America, in Latin America, and here in Europe. It's very important because the policies of Europe and North America are impacting the third world countries. So we would like to, for example, deliver the message that the consumption patterns and the production patterns of the North-rich countries is actually creating this demand for expanded mining operations in our country. And this is a very dangerous formula for us. The consumption patterns is unsustainable. There is a huge demand for extraction like mining. And then there's climate change that will impact us in the third world.